Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Steele Wars Hyperchat. It is Wednesday, the 18th of November, 2020. And thanks for your patience. We started half an hour late today because my car took longer than I expected to get serviced. But I've got a story about that. I'm going to save it. Good sizzle, dramatic ending to this car service story. But hey to everyone watching on YouTube, in the chat, on Facebook, on Twitter's Periscope. Oh no. That fleet thing. I just remembered that fleet thing on Twitter that I just cannot stand. I feel like my video is going to be up in there now instead of in the Periscope window. But I'll check on that in a little bit. But, if this video is up in that fleet area of Twitter, it's going to be a vibe check up front. So we'll hang on. We'll wait to find out. I can't deal with a vibe check so early. These lights are up too bright. My head feels so shiny. And hey, to everyone supporting us on Patreon that may be just listening to the Patreon exclusive audio. All the YouTube stuff ends up on the or straight away soon after we record. I try to upload it so then it will go into your podcast feed, so you don't have time to watch it on YouTube, but you want to keep up with the day's events. It's in your ears for your commute home, or while you're typing at work, while you're doing the dishes, while you're falling asleep, while you're asleep. Consume as you wish. But I don't know if you want to be listening to me talk about like Sing Toro Watch while you're asleep. That might have an effect on you. I've been watching a lot of Cult, The Vow, and Seduced. Oh, god damn. Easily the worst Star Wars cameo of all time. Terrible. But on today's episode, we are talking about Katie Sackhoff, Bo-Katan, talking to Ash Crozan, our buddy at Entertainment Tonight, about debuting on The Mandalorian. Sasha Banks has done an interview referencing it in Variety. I've got some cool little tidbit things, some amazing. People seem to like all the action figures, the custom action figures I posted up yesterday of Josh's, and I know he was grateful that I did it, and I think maybe got some commissions out of it. But I've got some stellar fan art that you might want to purchase. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger. But it's also Noah Outlaw. Worst. I normally love it when you're in the chat, buddy, but he's saying stop hating on Fleet Steel. Hey, Noah, can you go see? Actually, no, I'll find out in a little bit. Kieran is asking about the nappies from yesterday. Yes, they're at my neighbor's doorstep. The post person had moved them there. So the nappies got, but this is a very dramatic week. I'd save the car story, but it's graphic. Okay. It's also the 22nd anniversary or birthday of the Phantom Menace trailer. So I haven't watched it forever. So I thought at the end of the episode, we could do a watch of that and remember some damn good times. But let us go to Entertainment Tonight. I will just make sure the sound is going to carry, because Ash Crozan, who has been on the show a bunch of times, done live shows, got an interview. If you want to hear from Ash from Entertainment Tonight, she's in the archives on Patreon. There's like a 90-minute interview with me and Ash. She did an interview with Katie Sackhoff on Entertainment Tonight's YouTube and webpage. Now, normally Ash, when she interviews actors that are in Star Wars but are not talking about Star Wars, she'll throw in a really good Star Wars question at the end. But this is Star Wars questions all the way. It's about 16 minutes, so I highly recommend you check it out. But I just wanted to run past just two little highlight pieces that I thought were cool. And this very feeling warm one is about her suiting up as Bo-Katan for the first time. Let me know in the chat if you can't hear it, but I'm pretty sure we're good.
And so when Bo-Katan came around, it was just an opportunity to exist in the world and to really just live out a childhood fantasy and imagination. And over the years, she's become very important to not only myself, because I played her for so long, and I've really seen her grow up as a character. And she just means a lot to me. You know, she's been the character I've played the longest. And it was really interesting translating her onto live action. It was pretty crazy.
So the first day that I don't know if you're doing like a test or whatever, like the first time you see yourself in the full live action Bo-Katan look, what was that like? Was it emotional? How did you feel?
Good question.
I did cry.
How could you not?
Yeah, Dave was there, Filoni, and he and I were both just blown away. She looked so much like the Bo-Katan that we had come to know and love. And they did such a brilliant job with her.
Oh my God.
First time
Wait, I just got to go back. The music is perfectly in time with her saying blown away. It's like the Death Star's about to get blown up. You got to listen to the music. This is amazing.
And he and I were both just blown away. She looked.
That's incredible editing. Entertainment Tonight. Love it. So that is that part of it. Then I'm impressed. Ash put her on the spot with an Ahsoka Tano question. Now, you have to ask yourself, how good an actress is Katee Sackhoff at playing Katee Sackhoff? Because I'm seeing tells after this question about Ahsoka Tano that maybe she does know more that she's letting on. Let's enjoy.
Wait and see.
Bo-Katan lays it out there, though. She's like, go after, there's a person named Ahsoka Katana out there. Well, not a person. There's someone named Ahsoka Tano out there. And there are rumors that Rosario Dawson is playing Ahsoka Tano. What did you think of that casting when you heard that?
I honestly don't know anything about it.
She looks up. No.
There's so many.
All right. She looks up at the sky and then says, honestly, let's go back. Let's go back.
There's a person named Ahsoka Katana out there. Well, not a person. There's someone named Ahsoka Tano out there. And there are rumors that Rosario Dawson is playing Ahsoka Tano. What did you think of that casting when you heard that?
Look up.
I honestly don't know. There's so many fan casts and so many rumors surrounding The Mandalorian that some of them are true, some of them aren't. So I have no idea. You know, I've never met Rosario, so I don't know anything about it. I love the character from Clone Wars and Rebels, so I would love to see her.
I would love to see those two reunite.
There's a lot of history.
Braxton is on my side, calling for a conspiracy. She fibbing. She does say she's never met Rosario Dawson. Interesting. I'm going to be watching that. Jordan Taylor agrees. Lies. They're my favorite type of lies, though. So, that's just a little hint at the 16-minute interview on Entertainment Tonight, which, what is their little screen called?
We have some.
Oh, it's just Entertainment Tonight, but they don't seem to have like a channel URL, like we're like youtube.com/Steele Wars, because we're a giant media organization. But Entertainment Tonight doesn't seem to have done that. There you go. What's my poker success rate, Steele? Vegas is open. I don't even know how to play poker. Blackjack, 21. That's my game. Oof. Got a good story about playing blackjack. First time ever in Vegas, but it's too long to tell here. Kermit the Pog says she fully knows, which Kermit, are you from Australia? Because then I could say like, she fully knows, because that's how an Australian would say that sentence. Brandon Hancock says, lol, if I was the one being interviewed, I'd accidentally leak everything. Well, you know, she wasn't she wasn't that good at not leaking it, because in the interview she does talk about the tweet she tweeted out, was it earlier this year or last year, about had the greatest day of my life in my career. And yes, that was when she filmed The Mandalorian. Now, she says she's never met Rosario Dawson. I feel like she's lying about not knowing about it. But if she's saying that she's never met Rosario Dawson, that could mean that there was like a double on set. If they filmed together, it was like a stunt double, or Bo-Katan isn't going to come back for the finale of this series. Or maybe she is, maybe she isn't, they just don't interact, but that'd be very strange. But imagine if we don't see Bo-Katan and what is Mercedes Sasha Banks's character name? Someone in the chat tell me. I still can't remember it. I know there's a word. Yeah, she could be lying about not meeting her, but I'm taking that as I feel like she's using that as this fact is like she threw in that fact as sort of like a lifeline. I haven't even met her. Do you know what I mean? What is Sasha Banks' character called? Someone in the chat tell me. Anyway, yeah, what if Cosca Reeves? Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate you. Cosca Reeves. Blarp is also in with that. Thank you so much. So what if Bo-Katan and Cosca Reeves, I already forgot it. I just don't remember these names as well as I used to. What if they don't come back till next season? Like, I so want them in like the season finale, big whatever it is. But I would, like, I don't want it to happen because I want to be satisfied. But if they didn't bring them back until next season, I would admire that as storytellers, that they're pacing it out so well. I got to turn down this light because I can't deal with my head being this shiny. How do I de-shine a head? All right. I'm going to need makeup. I'm going to need Blondie to come around. And someone saying Koala. Oh, Brandon Hancock says Koala Reeves. That would be good. That would be good. Now, Sasha Banks. Mercedes Bernardo. She is all up in Variety. Here's her as SmackDown Women's Championship. This is more of a wrestling interview done through, like, the press would have been through the WWE for, what is it, Survivor Series this weekend. But, you know, obviously people want to talk to Sasha Banks now in the mainstream media because she's on one of the biggest television shows right now. Sasha Banks compares filming The Mandalorian to her first ever time seeing a wrestling ring. It's a good time to be Sasha Banks. The WWE star is not only rolling into this Sunday's Survivor Series pay-per-view as part of her first run as SmackDown Women's Championship, but she is fresh off her on-screen acting debut in the hit Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian. Banks, who has performed in the ring for WWE since 2012, appeared in last week's episode of the Star Wars series as Cosca Reeves, a Mandalorian resistance fighter. So we'll skip through all the wrestling action and we get down to the juice down the bottom. And I have to ask you about your role on The Mandalorian. That has got to be such a huge deal for you. How did you get on the show? Story how if she gets on the show is very funny, because you'd think it was, through being in the WWE, but it's a huge deal. I still cannot get over it. It still does not feel real to me. The more interviews I do, the more I feel like, oh my God, holy. I'm telling you right now, it still does not feel real to me. It's freaking Star Wars, one of the biggest franchises in the whole world, one of the biggest universes you can ever be a part of. So Jon Favreau came to me because he watched an interview I did with Hot Ones. You know, Hot Ones? We're like, I've never watched one, but celebrities eat hot wings and they get hotter, and I guess they get interviewed and say humorous things. She got discovered, like Ahmed Best got discovered in Stomp, like in the theater. Sasha Banks gets discovered on Hot Ones, scoffing back chicken wings. And why not? What a way to be. If I was going to get discovered for a role in Star Wars, eating hot wings that'd be a great way, because then I'd two of my favorite things, Star Wars and hot wings together. Leidra says, I love Hot Ones. Alrighty. Oh God, I'm hungry now. Anyway, so Jon Favreau came to me because he watched an interview that I did with Hot Ones, and he really liked me and got my contact information. Then on FaceTime, he asked me to be part of The Mandalorian. Sounds like a phishing scam. I was like, well, I cannot say no. I was so incredibly nervous because I didn't know if I was able to get the time to do it with the WWE schedule. We used to travel a lot, but they made it work and everything happened. And it was such an incredible episode. I still can't get over how awesome that was. Not only to be a part of Star Wars, but one of the greatest episodes in the history of television like that. I could watch that all the time. That was such a badass introduction to the world of Star Wars. Hell yes. I'm so thankful I saved Baby Yoda. I cannot get over it. Oh my God. This is ace. What was it like stepping into that set for the first time, knowing you were going to be part of Star Wars canon forever? It was beyond, just like the first time ever seeing a wrestling ring. It's like the first time ever seeing anything just so magical. I would hate to ruin like how it looked backstage, but you felt like you were in a different galaxy, in a different world. It was almost easy to play Mandalorian because I was legit in the universe. And Jon Favreau and David Filoni and Bryce Howard, they were so amazing towards me. Any questions I had, because I was so incredibly shy and nervous, they answered. But John reminded me, oh, you do WWE every single week and you do that live. You're amazing. There's a reason why I wanted you to be part of the show. So that made me feel like home, and I totally gained a whole new family, and I'm just so thankful. Now, that's good producer work from Jon Favreau, because I know, just like running comedy rooms and doing comedy podcasts and podcasts and stuff, when you make the talent like feel confident and feel like they're there because they deserve to be there and it's their talent that got them there, so don't question it. Oh, and even as a performer, it makes you feel so much better, and you end up being better. So Favreau knows how to massage the tender feelings of a performer, perhaps where George did not. So that made me feel like home, and that's a good thing about Favreau. He's performer, writer, director, producer, so he knows what it's like and how to support people in those roles when he's not in them. Oh, here we go. Sasha Banks, Jim Grote, who's an awesome contributor to comments and that sort of thing on the YouTube. Thanks, Jim. Sasha Banks posted a clip from an interview on her Twitter account where she gave her thoughts on her experience. She was very emotional. You could tell it meant a lot to her and her family. That is sick. And you talked a little about Bryce Dallas Howard. She has received a lot of praise for her work on The Mandalorian. What was it like working with her? She really guided me, and she really took me by the hand because, like I said, I was so nervous. She texted me to make sure I was all good. She walked me through everything if I had any questions. She was there for me. So it was so special to see. And I was just really inspired by her and how she treated everyone. Great stuff. She was so down to earth. I brought a lot of her energy into my work because of how incredibly she treated me. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. And as you see, she's getting so much praise for her work because she is just so special. And then there's a question about if the WWE universe and the Star Wars universe went to war. And she says, but I have to say, Star Wars, I'm sorry, but she thinks WWE would stand a fair chance. Come on. Come on, Sasha Banks. Stay on brand. But that is pretty sick. Pretty sick. Hey, so we have got, I'm going to let you guys now know, a new t-shirt up on the store on belowthecollar.com/Steele Wars. I've even got a new badge, a new t-shirt alerts. This is a little hint. But this is Evan DeChellis and I collaborated on this one, and it's the GFC. Let's see if we can click this open. Gamorrean Fighting Championship t-shirt. Which, when you get the print, they're changing it right now. It will be smaller on the t-shirt than what you see now. It's a little bit big. King Tom wants it smaller. So that is a UFC from one of their original logos inspired. If you're just listening to the podcast, click the link because you'll see an awesome parody logo with the Gamorrean with his vibro axe going at it in the octagon. The Gamorrean Fighting Championships. Evan DeChellis killed it with that one. So check that out. And if you are after a t-shirt out of the new ones, there's a Black Friday sale starting on November 24th that use code BF2020 on belowthecollar.com/Steele Wars. And from the 24th, which I think is on Monday, you will get 20% off. So a good chance to grab one of the new tee. Leidra says, gasp, piggies. Yes. So there is that. Can anyone in the chat get the reference from where the little that graphic for the new t-shirt is coming up? See who can work out what the Star Wars reference is for that one. So we're going to watch the Phantom Menace trailer, and we've also got, why is it up 27 times? A cool bit of Star Wars fan art, but I'll tell you about this car, right? So we've got this like Toyota RAV4, right? And it's like a lease. We've had it for a couple of years, and as part of the lease, you get complimentary services. It's really, really good. Obi-Wan brand, straight into it. Kenner packaging for the it's the free Boba Fett reference. Oh yeah, Maria. Yeah, the graphic is from the UFC, but I meant the actual what's the saying? Copyright, mate, take this down. What is that? What are you talking about, Sam? Anyway. Okay. Sorry. I'm just trying to catch up with some conversation. There's all these conversations going in the chat. It's a good experience if you want to watch it live, or what I think is really cool, when you watch it back on YouTube, you can make it so the chat, like if you're not there live, you can just still see what people are said at that time when the show was on. It's quite a good little thing. And if you've never watched it before, I put up a lot of the comments on the screen as well for you to follow. But anyway, so take my car to get service today, right? And the last 3 times I've taken it, I've said to them, hey, can you fill up the water on the washers, the washer water? And they're like, yes. Then when I'm driving home on the freeway and I'm like, oh, time to check out that washer, that sweet soapy water. Because of the trailer, they might copyright the trailer. Yeah, they might. We'll see what happens. I think I'll try to make it come up so it doesn't do that. I'll put something over it or something. Maybe I'll put Corey's head in the middle. That's got to change it, doesn't it? Corey's head. Anyway, so yeah, the washer water, right? Every time I'm like, can you please fill that up? And they're like, yes, no problem. Great. Get in the car, nothing. But I'm driving. I'm already on the freeway, so I don't know. But so then I had to go to another service place to get something else fixed. There was a friend of a friend, and I said, hey, can you fill up the washer water? They're like, yep, no sweat. Get in the car, drive off. Yes, finally. Nothing, no water. So I'm like, why won't anyone fill up this water? So today I make a point, very politely, but firmly. Hey, each time I come, I ask for the water to get filled up, and it never does. Can you fill up the washer water? Yes, of course we can. So, get serviced. I get in the car. They do it all very COVID safe. It's very good how they do it. And I'm like, I remembered, I'm like, I'm not driving off this time. I'm going to test. So, no water. What is going on? What is going on? So I get out of the car. I go back and I say, hey, I know you made a special point of it, but they didn't put the wash water on. So the guy's like, oh my God. All right, I'll go fill it up myself. Drives up, comes back, and he goes, oh, the water did get filled up, but there's an issue. So opens up the bonnet and shows me the cord that joins at the water bottle thing, which is full. It is full of this blue soapy water that goes to the bonnet to then lead it up. There's just a chunk of it missing. It's like 6 inches of it gone, right? And I'm like, oh, I've barely ever opened this bonnet. What's up? Rats. Rats. Rats ate it. They're not there, Jordan. But rats ate it. Thankfully, due to the timeline of how long I've been asking these people to fill the water, it's from our old place that had an underground car park. So our new place does, by definition, could be rat-free. But rats, and this is the thing, every time I've checked my car in, and they're like, yes, we'll do a great job, all that. I'm like, you guys can't even fill the water properly. Like, what else can I trust? So I feel so bad that each time I'm like, these people, they can't fill up the water. Rats. It's like the last shot of The Departed. Rats. Whew. Sam Carey, those damn womp rats. Jordan Taylor saying he called it. All right, well, where were you a year and a half ago, Jordan Taylor? Oh, gross. Anyway, on my drive, I did see this. This is pretty cool. This is on my Instagram and social media on the corner of Santa Monica and Vine. Look at that sweet, sweet California surplus smart. If you're just listening to the podcast, we've got a 4-story building, and 3 of the upper stories have got the Mandalorian Season 2 key art painted on it. Imagine if you were in one of those. Imagine if you're in that window down like where that air conditioner is, and you could look up and Yoju would just be there. Sam Carey's got a good question. Anybody else ever wonder what happened to Star Wars Daily News? Miss that guy. I think maybe going on about that ship being not the Razor Crest, it did him in. It did him in. I don't have to apologize to the mechanics. I never said anything. I was very polite, but in my head, Jordan, I'm just replying to you in the chat. I did begrudge them. I did begrudge them. Now, this is another cool thing before I get a copyright strike. Yes, Marvel fan, they spared no expense on the advertisement. Check this one out. Stop screen. This is Jim Jero, who is Jim Jero on Instagram. It's JIMJEROO, but you'll probably be able to see this on screen when I bring it up. And he has done this print of Baby Yoda, Yoju, if you will, and our princess, Carrie Fisher. Get a load of that. Just waiting for the chat to light up about this one because there's a delay. But and then I think there's some close-ups of delicious. So yeah, it's a beautiful painted canvas of Baby Yoda, Yoju, if you will, and Carrie Fisher, and it's sort of like a Mary and Jesus sort of holy picture style. They've both got little halos, and that is great. And he is actually peddling these at jameshance.com. So, so his name is James Hance. Princess and the Child, $20, 11 by 14. Guy Slee print. Guy Cell? I don't know, print. But it looks super good. And I am tempted to get that. Leidra says, Sam Carey says, saw that very sweet. Jordan Taylor says, I don't know how to feel about this. Just feel good about it, buddy. Leidra says, gosh, his little face. One Marvel fan says, that's amazing. It is pretty amazing. Kermit the Pog in the super chat in pounds. Those sweet UK pounds. Oh, they're the best. God, they're expensive to buy. So I appreciate it, Kermit the Pog. He asks, will Dinjarin paint his armor? I like it shiny. I have heard people theorize, Kermit, if that is your real name, that he will paint it so they can do, new toy versions and stuff like that. But I just don't really think they need that excuse to pump out new versions of The Mandalorian. And I think him having it raw and shiny, separates, it's visually, for the layman fan, it separates him from all the other Mandalorians that you'll see. So I feel like it's best for us to know what's going on, especially even if he's painted it this way, but subconsciously he looks so different from the other ones that they won't do it. They won't do it. I am now terrified that the Phantom Menace thing will give me a copyright notice. So I might just watch it and then I'll record it and post it up later because I can't deal with the anxiety, you guys. I just can't deal with it. They just can't deal with it. So I might do that later, but go check it out. I'll post up the link. There it is in the chat if you want to check it out. Maria Gronian, I think, Is my Burger King Empire Strikes Back glass worth anything? It's worth something. I tell you what, it's cool AF. I don't know, $10 maybe. Yeah, but it's a sick. I wish they would do collectibles like that now as bonus sort of stuff. But I better head off because I've got to pick up a son, and that's lots of fun. Be back tomorrow for Corey Wednesdays, please. We'll be back at 4:00. Please respect and praise the algorithm. Click all the buttons, give us a thumbs up. If you're watching on delay, give us a comment. I always write back to them. It's always good fun. And we'll see you tomorrow, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern for Corey Thursdays. And I've also got a King Tom Page Wars. There will be Patreon All Access that will be posted in the next couple of days. We'll do a premiere for it, maybe tomorrow night. We will premiere that at, we'll do that, 8 p.m. tomorrow night. We will premiere Page Wars in video on YouTube, and it's Tom and I. It's pretty funny. Tom was making me laugh when I was watching it back today, or listening to it back today, to sort of make sure. There was a bit where I had to go get a drink and I had to edit it. So anyway, it's really fun, especially in video form. We do some funny stuff on the video. So we will premiere that while everyone's sweating it out, waiting for The Mandalorian. We'll have that up at 8 p.m. Pacific West and 11 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to chat along, I will be there and Tom may be. But we're doing From a Certain Point of View Strikes Back. We go through all the stories and turn it or burn it. And it is total spoiler. It is Tom just hits the hot button things that you need to know from each story. So check that out tomorrow night. And also check out Corey Thursdays tomorrow. Respect the algorithm, please. Why would you not respect the algorithm? That's what I need to know. But for today, this podcast has gone on
long enough.
So may that force be with you.